We could have gone to therapy, but instead we turned on this camera.
For public accountability. We think it might be cheaper.
Debatable.
Yeah, so here's the truth that we're starting with. Staying with one person, really staying, costs more than anybody ever tells you. It's not about the money, it's not about the effort, it's about the cost of the fantasy.
Because the fantasy version was perfect. They understood you, finished your sentences, never forgot anything, never triggered you, never breathed wrong.
You might have breathed wrong once or twice. And then you land in an actual relationship with a real human who forgets.
Woo.
They miss the cues. They have their own trauma, they have their own wiring, and they bring their own blind spots with them. And suddenly you realise, oh, crud, I don't just get to love, I get to deal with loss as well.
Loss of the brochure.
Yeah, that brochure, the one written before any suffering started, before the kids, before the family drama, before the mental load increased, before there was any grief, before life really got messy.
That pre-trauma marketing is very persuasive.
Yeah, it can be, hey. And the cost of staying is you actually need to bury that brochure. You have to grieve the person that you'd imagined so you can deal with the one you actually live with.
Which is brutal because the imagined person was extremely compliant.
At least I was in some iteration. So staying is choosing reality over the fantasy every single day. And that doesn't feel romantic. It feels like a funeral that you hold quietly in your own chest.
Yeah, there was a time for about 2 years when we barely spoke at night. We were getting to bed like two exhausted, resentful mannequins, backs turned and pretending it was fine.
We were still together, but for that season, it required me to grieve that this fantasy, this partner that I always wanted to feel connected with, it just wasn't happening. So sometimes it's two people side by side and barely surviving.
Or the fantasy that one of us will change on the time preferred by the other.
Yeah, well, yeah, that one hurts because you don't just wait for a person to grow. You have to grieve the version of them that grows the way you wanted. Otherwise, you stay furious at the reality for not obeying you.
And then you call it love.
Exactly. And people think leaving is the brave choice. And you know what? Sometimes it is. But sometimes staying is harder because staying means you stop arguing with what is.
You choose the human with these limitations in this lifetime, and then you stop pretending there was a better mystery human waiting somewhere else.
Because if you don't do the grief work, you will drag the same fantasy into the next house, into the next bed, into the next lifetime, and then grieve all over again, just with someone in a different face.
A new partner, same madness.
Yeah, and that's the unspoken cost. You don't get to keep the dream and the human. One has to die so the other can live.
Welcome to We Choose the Chaos. We're just here to name what everybody else is white-knuckling through.
If you're someone who stayed or is trying to, you're not crazy. You're just doing the part that no one prepares you for. It's the reality, delivered through the shared insanity. So hey, welcome to the insanity.